All praises, glory, and honor be unto Yahweh Bashin Hawashai. All right. Double honors unto the apostles of GMS, the true elders of the nation of Israel that are on earth today, whether you receive that or not. Salutations to the Akim who are doing this work in truth and sincerity. All right. And salutations to you brethren who are learning and you few sisters that are watching. Okay. This is your brother Malcolm from Chicago GMS camp. Back to give you another lesson, of edification and exhortation to the saints. As a matter of fact, that is going to be the title of this video, is Saints and Neighbors. All right. You'll have people on the highways and byways will give their opinions, what they think and feel about this and about that matter. All right. But the truth of the matter is that only an Israelite is a saint. And only an Israelite is your neighbor if you are an Israelite. Or any other, or if you are another heathen, your neighbor is someone of your own nation, of your own race. All right? And I'm going to thoroughly prove that with Scripture. With Scripture. Okay? Because this is all about the Israelites, man. Okay? Which happen to be the bulk of the Israelites is going to be found here in North America. Or should I say the bulk of all tribes together, which makes up your so-called Negroes, your so-called Latinos, and your so-called Native Americans. Okay? And then you're going to have the scattered confusion of faith that are scattered to the four corners of the earth and scattered among those very tribes I just mentioned right here in America, because there's quite a few brothers of confusion of faith within GMS. All right? And only a spiritual man can receive that, but a carnal man can't receive that because the Spirit's not with them. Because there you can be as dark as Wesley Snipes and still be a so-called white man. Whatever your father is, that is what you are. Period. Okay? So for example, because that probably went over some of your head. Some of you guys are, not that sharp. So for example, hypothetically, if Wesley Snipes' mother was as dark as he, and his father was someone like Bill Clinton, okay, Wesley Snipes could come out looking like his father, kind of like Lenny Kravitz did. He came out brown skinned, not as dark as his mother, but he looked absolutely nothing like his father. Okay? And that would make Wesley Snipes, if that were the case, he is his father's seed. Therefore, he will be a dark-complected Edomite. Something that you black power Israelites don't like to acknowledge, nor you brown power Israelites. Okay? Whatever the seed of the man is what determines the nationality of the child that comes from that union. There's no such thing as I'm mixed. That's a new speak garbage that the so-called white man came up with. Okay? So we're going to start in the book of Tobit with no further ado. We're going to start in the book of Tobit, the 4th chapter. And I'm going to read Tobit 4 and 12. So the 12th verse of Tobit. Beware of all the whoredom, my son, and chiefly take a wife of the seed of thy fathers, and take not a strange woman to wife, which is not of thy father's tribe. For we are the children of the prophets, Noah, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. Remember, my son, that our fathers from the beginning, even they that married wives of their own kindred, and were blessed in their children, and their seed shall inherit the land. All right, now I'm going to jump down to verse 19. Bless the Lord thy power always, and desire of him that thy ways may be directed, and that all the paths and counsels may prosper. For every nation have not counsel. See, he made a separation. But Yahweh himself giveth all good things, and he humbleth whom he will, as he will now thereof. Therefore, my son, remember my commandment, neither let them let them be put out of thy mind. Jumping over to the 5th chapter, starting at verse 8, and I'm going to read to verse 13. Then said unto him, Go and tarry not. So he went, and he said to his father, Behold, I have found one which will go with me. Then he said, Call him unto me. that I may know of what tribe he is, and whether he be a trusty man to go with thee. And he called him, and he came, and they saluted one another. So we always greet, and basically we greet. We say shalom or shalom, and then we greet each other in the name of Yahweh Shem Shai. And in holy ceremonies, we actually greet and present we claim the name of Yasharallah, and then we claim our prospective tribe. So that's what they did. That's what they're talking about right here. All right. They saluted to one another. Then Tobit said unto him, Brother, show me of what tribe and family thou art. To whom he said, Dost thou seek a tribe or family, and or a hired man to go with my son? Then Tobit said unto him, I would know, brother, thy kindred and thy name. Those are some important words. Okay? We're going to get another scripture talking about kindred and brothers. Okay? Because your neighbor and your brethren is another Israelite. And like I said, I'm going to prove that with scripture. Verse 12. And he said, I am Azarias, the son of Ananias the Great, and of thy brethren. Then Tobit said, Thou art welcome, brother. Be not now angry with me, because I have inquired to know thy tribe and thy family. For thou art a brother of the honest and good stock. Stock meaning sperm line. That's who you come from. Okay? That's the father. Okay? For I know Ananias and Jonathan, and sons of the great Samias, as we went together to Jerusalem to worship and offered the firstborn, the tenths of the fruits, they were not seduced with error of our brethren. My brother, thou art of good stock. So he's talking about other Israelites who kept the law and did and lived righteously. And he knows exactly the man's father was connected to this line of men. Now let's go to Romans 9 and 4. Book of Romans. Actually, literally, I probably would say in my top 5 favorite scriptures in all of the Bible, man, is Romans, the 9th chapter. Verse like 1 through 5. Verses 1 through 5. Romans is right after Acts. There we go. Verse 4. It says, Who are Israelites, and to whom pertaineth the covenants of... So like I got to go up to verse 3. For I wish that myself were accursed from Hamashiach for my brethren, my kinsmen, according to the flesh. Okay? Winston Simplified Dictionary, Encyclopedic Edition, 1933. With biblical references. Okay? When I went to look for brethren, it said see brother. So that's the first one I'm going to read. It's brother. Okay? Let's see if I can get that in focus so that you can pause it and then read it. It says brother, brothers, brethren, Aryan source. Definition 1. A male considered in relation to a person having the same father and mother. Definition 2. A member of a family or race. All right. Then the next definition is going to be going into it's someone who believes what you believe. That's never been a brother. All right. That's a new speak thing. Okay. I even had a document, I wish I could find it, that talked about how the Native Americans and the Negroes and the Hispanics often referred to each other as brother. They were the only race that actually really did that. Okay? Next one was kinsmen. Okay? Kinsmen. King. There it is. Let me highlight that so I don't lose it again. Kinsman and kinswoman. Didn't even realize it. Kinswoman is right beneath it. Okay. One related by blood. That's definition number 1. Number 2, loosely a relative by marriage. Kinswoman, might as well read it, it's right there. A woman related by blood, loosely a female relative. So, Esau often will tell you the truth, but then he always tells you a couple lies as well. That's how he hides the truth. Okay? But a kinsman is someone who's related to you by blood. So, and to prove that that's what they're talking about in the Bible, he says, verse 3 in Romans 9, it says, my brethren, my kinsmen, according to the flesh. And in the very verse 9, it says, who are Israelites? To whom, personal pronoun, pertaineth the adoption and the glory and the covenants and the giving of the law and the service of Yahweh. Only they can serve Yahweh, and they're promised the law and the covenants and the promises. The promises is the kingdom of heaven. Okay? And rulership over the other nations.